Snackabee said Han is looking THICC.
You said it, not me.
RR at Mania said you think that tall stormtrooper is DR disrespect?
Oh, it probably is. He wasn't invited to TwitchCon, and everybody's at TwitchCon right now. Yeah. I'm pedaling in a groove. Feels good. Got the blue sky above me. Heartbeat's pumping. Got a steady rhythm of 146. Hey guys, what's going on? What are y'all doing? Oh, you coming after me? Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna get attacked. Yeah. No. Yeah, leave. Yeah, leave. Yeah, I know. Dimitri, call your buddy over here, tell him to go away. Yeah, go. I'll stand my ground if you stand yours. No, don't come back. Stillbender Brewery. And I've not had one of their beers yet because I quit drinking beer a couple of years ago, and I'll have one here and there. Like when I go on to Vegas next week, when we're on vacation in Vegas, I'll probably have a beer here and there. But I honestly don't drink beer very much. Oh, here comes all the kids. Those are some high-pitched, squeaky voices. Are you still up for that burrito I was thinking about? Huh? Yeah, I'll make it light. I don't think I'm gonna do the egg. I'll just do the potato and sausage. That sound good? Or you just want like a little bit of egg? Oh, well. So count to 3. Like 1, 2, 3. Whoa. There you go. Like fireworks are going off. I'm gonna have to edit this video, put it in my movie editor, like put like sparkles going off it, like crowds cheering. Holy shit, it's a red dinosaur. Oh man, I think I just lost whatever viewer fans I had. I just lost them all, right? I think we'll be good just to get another year under the belt and out of the way, especially since 2020. My mind goes back to 2019 and thinking about how excited people were for the year 2020. I mean, I recall reading memes and tweets about the Roaring 20s, even though the Roaring 20s was a whole nother era, right? But, and 2020 just ended up being shit. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Dude, we're all turning left, not just you. I tell you, there's some people in this world that are just all about themselves, aren't they? That car's turning left, that car's turning left, I'm turning left, and there's one D over here thinks he's got the right to pull up in front of everyone to go left. That's how you get road rage started.
Power Karmabut said switching to live scene. Scene successfully switched to live.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We are headed to Balloon Fiesta Park, where the first race begins in 30 minutes. So I should have plenty of time to get there. I don't live too far away from it. I've got all kinds of gear on me this morning. Let's see here. I got so much gear on me, I'm trying to take these bumps easy because I've got my nice camera, I got my dad cam, I've got everything with me, so try not to jar everything loose here. So I'm live streaming this morning on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're here on YouTube and you don't see USA Cycling Champions yet, well, we're riding on over there right now. So we'll be there in a few minutes. Whew, man, that wind has got a bit of a chill to it this morning. But I believe it's supposed to get up to 80 degrees today. Hopefully the weather doesn't turn too bad, because this stuff is not exactly waterproof. I know in certain parts of the city we got a little bit of thunderstorms. Definitely not at my house. It is supposed to get windy today. So we'll see how that goes.
Said and racing in the rain won't be fun.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they'll be racing in the rain for sure. I think it's supposed to. I didn't actually check the weather app this morning, but I think it's supposed to be a really pretty nice day, other than wind. I had no idea you were there because the the IRL app is showing me there's still 0 viewers. Is it because you're in as a moderator? That doesn't make sense.
Said no, maybe just delay on data.
Oh, okay. That could be the case. I almost brought my drone.
Dimitri Kupriyanov said Twitch showing 4 now.
4? Okay. I almost brought my drone and I elected to not bring it at the last minute, so I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I had plans to put you all up in the drone to view some of the racing, but I don't know if it would be a nuisance or not allowed, or so I didn't bring it. Ooh, you gotta love that throttle. And a freshly paved road. First race kicks off at 9 a.m. Varsity Girls.
Shai said morning chat. PK.
70 minutes. Or was it 60? I can't remember.
Shai said going to be meal prepping and lurking.
Meal prepping and lurking. All right, well, I'll be over there at the races here in a little bit. Oh, come on. Really, I got so much camera gear on me. It's not even funny. I got my big tripod, I got the dad cam, I got my Sony for taking photos. So I'm trying to not be as aggressive on the writing as I normally would. And I got the camera up a little bit higher than usual too, so the nice thing is by bringing the dad cam, all I have to do is plug it into a battery source and plug it into this HDMI switcher. Bada bing, bada boom. Now that I'm actually on the bike riding over here, now I wish I had actually put some cycling bibs on and gloves. It's like, I don't really plan to be riding all the time because I can't ride on the course with them. So, like, unlike the Tuesday night crits where I can actually kind of jump in there and mix in and mingle and and be safe about it. I think everybody knows. I think everybody knows that I'm a local racer, so they trust me amongst the crowd. But I can't jump into a national event and go ride with them. That's not going to happen. So that's why I didn't wear riding shorts or bibs, because like I said, I don't plan to be with my butt in the saddle the whole time. I'm probably going to be obviously inner circle. I'll definitely be inner circle and moving around in the grass and the different areas where I can move around, but definitely not on the same road with the racers. That'll be a big no. For sure. I feel like I should be pedaling, but I don't even want to pedal. I just do all throttle. Woo, that wind is cold, 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 cold. Let's try Man, my bike has got, like, for some reason, like an extra kind of wobble in the rear. I don't know if it's all the extra weight on the back or what. See, what time is it? 8:30 some. Okay, we have got plenty of time to get there. I do want to get to the start-finish line right before they start and possibly get the dad cam set up and plugged in. And there are a lot of tents. A lot of cars. Alrighty. Like it's going to be some fun racing today. Are they going to let me in here? Oh, yeah. It's open. See, I think they got some fencing over here, so let's see how exactly I'm going to get on over there. I'll go this way first. And is there fencing? Yep, there's fencing there. So it looks like they put all or allowing all the racing teams infield? Interesting. Not quite sure I'm understanding or what the course looks like this year. Probably. Oh, you know, the course is different this year. Oh no, it's the same. I just got to figure out how to get on the infield. Okay. Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna have to go all the way around.
They go sliding. Right here we can see through the Tanner property. And if the ambulance does come down here, I told them this is where the ambulance
Dmitry Kupryanov said, "K, I'm gonna jump out for some fresh air, catch you later."
All right, Dimitri, take it easy. This is the part that gets me DMCA copyright striked on YouTube. It's all the music in the background.
Good morning, everybody. Time ticket is 8:46 in the morning. And by my clock, we are about to do our Collegiate Women's Club call-up. So I guess this is our call to staging for Collegiate Women's Club. Call to staging for Collegiate Women's Club Criterium. Call to staging for Collegiate Women's Club Criterium. I'm pretty sure it's on this side of the start-finish gantry. Call to staging for Collegiate Women's Club Criterium here today for USA Cycling's third and final day of our national championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Today we are at Balloon Fiesta Park. My name is Gabe Lloyd. I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for joining us. We have a Celtic Festival joining us here today as well. We're happy to see the Celtic Festival joining us here for our Collegiate National Championships. I guess I should say welcoming us into their Celtic Festival for the Collegiate National Championships. We're getting our final few things sorted here for today. Remember, you can watch this live stream on channel 27 public access, or if you go to usacycling.org, on the actual homepage, you'll see a bright red banner at the top of the webpage, and you can tap on that to jump over to our live stream feed. Waiting on our final all clears here for our call-ups.
Should we get closer, Neil?
We're now to our final call to staging here for this morning. Final call to staging for our women's club races. Final call to staging for women's club racing. Final call to staging. We are going to do call-ups today. I'm going to name conference winners only by name. Then I'm just going to start saying schools. The school has the choice of which rider to send when I call the name. Don't overthink it. You'll be all shuffled by turn one. Okay, we're going to go. We're running. Without further ado, it's time to get today's racing underway. For our women's female club Criterium, taking the Southwest Conference Road title for University of Arizona, please welcome Emily Gilbert. Our Midwest Conference Road winner from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, Sarah Duflo. Next up, Colorado State University. Any rider from Colorado State University. University of Colorado Boulder, also known as CU Boulder, please come on down.
What's up?
University of Arizona.
How's it going this morning?
Arizona State University. Any rider from that school. University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. MIT. University of Wyoming. Cal Poly. IU Bloomington. CU Boulder. San Jose State. West Point. University of Central Florida. UVM. Arizona State University. CU Boulder. UVM Cycling. UVA Cycling. Williams College. University of Arizona. UCSD. UC Boulder. UVM. And Arizona State. Those are your riders in call-up formation for today's Women's Club Criterium National Championships here at the Balloon Fiesta Park. We're going to have our USA Cycling officials provide their official race instructions at this time. The USA Cycling officials will provide their race instructions at this time before we do national anthem, ceremonial introductions, and then off to the races.
Should probably get my camera out. Get some photos.
Good morning, riders, and welcome to the 2024 Collegiate Road Race National Championship. This is Crit Day. This is the Women's Club race.
I'm not racing today. This is Collegiate.
You have two pits.
Young guns.
Change now. We do have two pits. Your first pit is right here after your start finish on rider right, and then there is a pit on the back. Again, neutral is in both pits. If you have a mechanical, report to the pits. We are asking for you to not cut across the Celtic Festival, please. Travel in the direction of the race to get to one of the neutral pits. Your lap counter is above you. You should see laps starting at 10 to go. Free laps end at 5 to go. If you are crossing the line and entering the pit, this front side pit at 5 to go, we're going to go ahead and let you back in. Let's see. You do have four place preems in this. Listen for the bell. We're going to evenly space it out, but you will know, just listen for that. The other thing is you may be pulled at my discretion.
Okay.
You're not hard to find.
No.
Look for me out here, and then
grab my
you'll be
picture
able to
first,
sprint.
and I'll be out of your way.
We'll try and keep you out racing as long as possible, but if it looks like you're in danger of getting lapped, I will get you out. Other than that, good luck, be safe, have fun, and I think we're going to National Anthem next.
All right, Gia. Thank you, Claire, for USA Cycling. It wouldn't be a sporting event without the playing of the national anthem. Ladies, you do not have to remove your helmets if you do not want to or cannot due to your hair. But everybody else, if you can please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the start-finish truss for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you, everybody. We are here at a Celtic festival, so we'd like to have a few words from our Celtic festival representatives here today and welcome them onto the course for a few short words before we get our bike race underway.
Marin va, falcha, or hacken. Be the gua air, kurum, agus, hydrogen.
Sucking said, what time is it?
Be feikelig, agus be spores.
It is 8:56. The race starts at 9 o'clock. This is
So
Collegiate
Club.
Club
I said, good morning, cyclist.
women.
I hope that the wind is at back and your tires do not flat. Be careful, have fun, get going, keep going.
All right, thank you very much for that. We've got ourselves just about 3 minutes until we get our racing underway. For this morning, let's get ourselves a little bit of energy in the house here to send off our national championship Criterium. We hope you all are feeling it here today. This is our 3rd day of racing. We hope you all are feeling ready to go. National championship on the line on this Criterium course. Some of you have raced it last year, others this is your first time, so it's going to be a very good race. We've had an amazing weekend of racing so far. Many national championships have been awarded already. This is Monday on the start line right now. Yesterday, our national champion in the road race. Can CU Boulder show dominance here again, or will Michigan come back and show us what they have as well? You also have Arizona, a number of other local teams represented, but UVM always a strong contingency for racing these bikes, and don't count out MIT or IU Bloomington either. 2-minute warning, ladies, 2 minutes until we are racing bikes here this morning for our USA Cycling Collegiate National Championship Road Race Criterium in Albuquerque, New Mexico, part of our overall national calendar of events. Do check out usacycling.org for all of our national championship events throughout the year. Today we are racing in Albuquerque, New Mexico as part of our Collegiate National Championship event. Looking at 90 seconds, ladies, 90 seconds to go until we are racing. Remember,
90 seconds.
USA Cycling official will blow the whistle to give your official race start. I will not be doing a countdown. I am only here to reinforce the whistle after it is blown. Coming into just 1 minute to go. If you've got somebody here on the start line that you're cheering for, now's the time to make some noise and let them know that you are here to support them. They've got a good bike race in front of them on this very challenging course. Today's weather conditions here in Albuquerque are predicted to become blustery, but right now there is no wind to speak of on this course, which will make this race for them quite a different experience than what we will see later in the day. Nevertheless, this is the race they have in front of them. Looking at now 40 seconds until we are racing. 40 seconds to go until we're racing, ladies. We hope you're feeling ready to go. Big bike race ahead of you with a national championship on the line. 30 seconds, Albuquerque. Can you make some noise for us here this morning? 30 seconds to go until we are racing our bikes. Now we're coming into just about 20 seconds. Ladies, listen for the whistle as it's blown right at 9 o'clock. Our bagpipers are going to send us off as well to bring up as much energy as possible. Make some noise, Albuquerque, coming into the final 10 seconds until we are racing our bikes here this morning for our national championship on the line. Good luck, have fun, and there we go, racing our bikes here this morning at the Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And they're off. That's a big field. It's a good thing I'm recording this on Twitch as well, because all this music is definitely going to get DMCA striked on YouTube for sure.
All right, we have
So I am live streaming on
23
YouTube as
starters
well this
up
morning.
here today. This is quite
Over
the
on
cool
my
course.
main
It is a 6
Power
turn
Karma channel,
course.
not the Power Karma
Turn
Gaming.
1 is
It's just the Power
right turn,
Karma.
heading on down along the fence out there. And then they make another right turn where they are right now, sort of the far side where there are some folded up bleachers. And then they make another right turn.
At some point in time,
they're
I
coming
might
into right now.
go downfield, because this race is 70 minutes
This is
long,
a
I believe.
short straightaway
So I might go
section
down,
before a
catch some of the
left turn.
action of them coming around the corner. And I
A
might
little
even
bit
go
of
down to
bumps
that
in the
corner
middle
over there
of
so we
that
can
turn,
catch
and
some
then
corner
they
action down
will
there.
make their left turn, come straight away before they hit that right, final right into the finishing kick. And that will be a full lap. We'll have a number of those laps. This race is done by time, not by, and then we will dictate the laps after a certain amount of time.
So I do have 2 cameras running today. So we're running camera A. Oh, they're already coming around for a lap. Holy smokes. Let's see here. Here comes the lead motorcycle. Try to get the timers up there, so I'm trying to get an idea like how many minutes per lap. Oh yeah, they're coming around already. It's going to be about 4 minutes per lap. Roughly a little over 3. It's 3 minutes now, so it's going to be just a little over 3 minutes per lap. So these ladies are, right now, they're moving kind of slow, I would say.
Welcome to USA Cycling's Collegiate National Championship event here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. My name is Gabe Lloyd, and happy to be here today, calling all the shots for us from the start finish line. Today broadcasting our stream live on the internet and on channel 27 public access channel. Thank you guys for coming out and hosting our live stream feed. Today is USA Cycling's 3rd day of racing in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Day 1 was a time trial. That was a very great challenge, very scenic, very beautiful, and blustery conditions out there. Yesterday it was our road race, 2 large laps around the mountains outside of Albuquerque. And now today we are at the Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Balloon Fiesta Park hosting us, as well as the Celtic Festival. Racing for us out here today, we have 23 starters.
How you doing, man?
Isaac Noschholt from Colorado State University, Nadine Visser from CU Boulder, Tegan Brown, Allison Crow, and Aria Monday. Yes, Monday. Monday is yesterday's road race national champion. For UVM Cycling, Maya Barnett, Celia Kopner, and Olivia Sandoval. For University of Arizona, Cassidy Frost, Emily Gilbert, and Mary Gordon. Carly Hemmerline representing the University of Central Florida, Evelyn Gosling for San Jose State, Elisa Liu from UCSD, Marissa Jackowitz from West Point, Mackenzie Barth from University of Wyoming, Hannah Stackpole from Cal Poly, Zoe Van Winkle from UVA, Riley Engelken from Arizona State University, Annabelle Rich and Isabella Rich, also from Arizona State, Sophia Bowler from IU Bloomington, Hannah Varner from MIT, Sarah Duclos and Molly Roberts from University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and Julia Peabody Parhon from Williams College. 23 starters today. They're currently all together. They're coming into turn number 5 right now. was a little bit of a wet spot this morning out there. Our crews here at the Balloon Fiesta Parks able to clear those water patches for us this morning. Thank you guys for that hard work to make today possible.
All right, here they come around again.
Field all together right now. Now, notably, there will be some preems throughout the day. 4 preems in this race, I'm told. Those 4 preems do not have any cash assigned to them. They're only Omnium points. Omnium points are what we're racing for over the course of 3 days at any USA Cycling National Championship event. Omnium points are won at the time trial. They were won yesterday at the road race. Now, today in the Criterium, Omnium points will be awarded at the finish line based upon their finishing result. But there will also be preems, and there it is. There's your first bell for a preem, in fact. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap. Omnium points on the line. Preem on the next lap for Omnium points. So the Omnium points can be added to the winner of the next lap's individual result, but since they are representing a school, the school's Omnium points will then also be updated. So you have an individual Omnium, a team Omnium, all of those things can be
same bag's
affected
coming.
in
I'm gonna
these
have to move
4
the bike here
intermediate
momentarily.
sprints throughout the day. Sprint points also apply to the All-American competition, which sounds amazing. So sprint points applying to the individual Omnium, the team Omnium, and All-American points. Also applies for bragging rights, so plenty of things that these points are valuable for, even if there's no cash involved. Riders currently on the back straight, about to make their right-hand turn as they just pass by the bleachers. Field pace increasing as we start to see them string out a little bit more. Shape of the peloton will indicate speed, as it were, of them across the way. And now making a left-hand turn, we're now starting to see big stringing out. University of Michigan with those 2 riders at the front trying to protect themselves. They do not want to be the first riders in the line, but they're trying to keep themselves up near the front so they can be prepared to sprint. Today's wind conditions, very neutral right now. No wind to speak of on the start-finish line, and therefore the sprint is going to be dictated a little bit more by elevation. If you're looking down at turn number 6, when you make that right-hand turn, it's going to be a little bit of a downward run into the finishing line. It's not severe, but it's about a 1%. Here's the lift, though. You're starting to see the jump marks starting to increase for these riders. So they're doing about a 400-meter sprint as they're really winding up. University of Michigan on the front right now as they make this right-hand turn onto the finishing kick. UMich really wants these Omnium points. Can they get them? But CU Boulder will be looking for them as well. Coming into the final now 50 meters of the sprint. Michigan on the front with 2 up. Here comes CU Boulder on the outside, and Michigan taking maximum points. But CU Boulder goes 2-3. So we'll have to see how those points shake out for the Omnium standing. So individually, University of Michigan getting maximum points, but CU Boulder going 2-3 there.
All right, let's get let's try some other positions
got more
around the field here,
I believe, than the individual who won that intermediate sprint. So sprints are 7.53-1. 7.53-1 points awarded to the riders. So 7 points awarded for Michigan across the line, 5 points for second, 3 points for third. That gives 8 total for CU Boulder. And then whomever scored that 4th point will get 1 additional point for their school.
Today's gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By
All right, they're coming around this turn over here again. They're cruising. They're taking it slow now after that preem lap. What do we got here? Can't see the time. I think it's only about 20 minutes in the race. I do want to be at the finish line when it gets close to it, but let's go around this corner over here. This one should be a fast lap. There's a Cream on there.
The guy that won the men's club race basically was Colorado coming out of all the teams and a lot of their teams back. Like I got another Colorado guy attacked. Yeah, they are moving that far. Yeah, I'm like that far.
Like in a track race or not collegiate?
Yeah, 4 Creams.
Go for like cash or prize.
I think I'm 4. I really love that. That's not. And that's gonna be us in that. Grant really. Yeah, I'm with Grant too. Oh, they both sprint though. Come on,
Not sure who who's the team in the yellow kits. Is that Michigan? They're looking strong out there.
They were strong on the road race.
Were they? All right, Twitch and YouTube, we'll stay here on this corner one more, and then we'll head over to the finish line. It's usually by time and then like a final 3 laps.
So it goes for like an hour and then?
I think, if I'm mistaken, I think this one's 70 minutes, and then it'll probably be +3. And then when the men club go, I think theirs is 80 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, so down there's a clock, and then, I don't know, you probably can't see, I can't see it, but then there's a little square LED one that shows the number of laps.
Yeah, exactly. Better, probably, but it doesn't put everybody else. Yeah, yeah.
All right, it is, what time is it? They start at 9, so it's, we got a long way to go. I think this is pretty sure this is a 70-minute race.
Good work. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Good work.
So we may have enough time to go catch that corner. Let's go down and catch this corner over here.
little bit. It's coming up around the park. Awesome.
Yeah, that one's a pain.
Yeah.
Guys, pace yourself. Hang on. That's a river. That's a river.
Let it be.
No, we're going to try to put it longer.
Okay. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, we probably should.
This is all walking like.
Yeah. It's like spraying up around the cart. Good thing we got good tires.
I thought he turned off the sprinklers last night.
Apparently not.
Well, he said he was having a hard time getting hold of Eric, and Eric was turning it off.
They got some water on the course. Sounds like somebody forgot to turn off the sprinklers last night.
I didn't, and I don't have it. I don't have anything.
Let's see here. 35. We got a ways to go, folks, till the finish. So I'll hang at this corner. I'm actually getting some pretty good shots here. So when it gets closer to the finish, though, we'll head back on over to the start-finish line so we can catch the finish. I do believe there is actually camera crew throughout the course. I know there's a guy over here, a guy out there. So this, I believe, is definitely being live streamed out on the USA Cycling website. Yeah, I think she's gonna get lapped. It sucks when you get dropped and you're that far back. The good thing is where that sprinkler is leaking is that they're really not taking that portion where it's wet, but down over there, they're crossing the gully, so they're momentarily getting their tires wet. But I would think that they're definitely dry by the time they come to this corner. They're not taking this corner super fast. Uh-oh, we might have a break. Oh, is that lap rider or break? No. Let's see here. She's definitely going to get lapped on the next, probably the next lap. She's definitely going to get lapped. Michigan State, they are kicking some ass. Two gals in front in yellow kits is Michigan. See how much time we got. Got a ways to go. It's totally wet. Comes the lead group. Looks like there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 left in Michigan. Michigan is just dominating the front of this group. I definitely want to get back to see if it's a Michigan 1-2 finish. Pretty good shot there with all the water splashing around.
All of the days leading up to it, I was like, thank God I'm not nervous. I don't have any responsibilities. But then actual race day, I'm like, oh man, I want to be out.
Those girls are crossing the water late. Those girls are like waiting till you get all the way down there to cross the water where your tires are definitely wet before you hit the turn, where most of the girls are cutting across right here. It gives you plenty of time to dry out your tires before you hit the corner. Looks like Michigan might be trying to break. Smart move. I mean, they're strong, they're dominating the field. If you can get a solo break and you got a teammate holding everybody back. Let's see here. They just went through a huge puddle right there.
Boulder girl's so strong. No, they said that they could, but they didn't. That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not confident that it's 60 yards.
All right, y'all, we're gonna head over to the finish line. Oh shit, too much water. Is that a flyer? This girl's trying to break.
We're doing some math here with one to go to try to understand if Bundy wins this bike race and Duco finishes about where she is right now. will Monday be able to get enough points to overtake Duclos for the national title in the Omnium? So that would potentially, so we're looking at a few different scenarios here right now, but this gap to Monday is now blown out to the point that it may be impossible for anybody to catch her, but it is a bike race after all.
5 to go. Laps are over. They're interpreting.
You're all done. Nice job, ladies. All done.
All right, so we got some points updates thanks to John from 1 to go timing here. So listen to this. All right, this is some quick math. This is crystal ball stuff here. We're looking at 3 laps to go. Aria Mundy from CU Boulder is off the front with a significant advantage to the point that we've just strategized out some math that would forecast her to win this crit, but it is a bike race after all. As we just saw with Duclos, a puncture can occur out here, which would nullify Mundy completely out of this race. It's in another scenario, but all things being positive here, for Monday, if she's able to carry the next 2 laps to the finish line, she would claim the individual Criterium National Championship. She would earn 80 points in Omnium. She would move from 3rd in the Omnium into 1st in the Omnium, because Duclos has to finish no lower than 2nd in this race to win the Omnium. And as Duclos is now currently down in, let's call it 15th as she's just come across here, Duclos cannot finish 2nd in the bike race, and therefore Mundy will move into the lead. Now Nadine Visser will actually stay in 2nd. Mundy will leapfrog. Visser, even if she scores 2nd in the crit, will still stay in 2nd in the Omnium overall. And then you're looking to see whether or not Emily Gilbert stays ahead of Duclos in the Omnium, but Gilbert has been scoring intermediate crit points as well, so there's a chance that Gilbert would also move up a place in the Omnium overall. So this is a bike race. We're going to wait and see what happens here. Your leader is now coming out of turn number 6. We're now looking at 2 laps to go. Your leader, Aria Mundy, ladies and gentlemen, from CU Boulder, now looking at a half, where's the field? Half, or at least a quarter lap advantage here. 2 laps to go for Mundy, 2 to go. This is Mundy's national championship on the line. Mundy looking for not only today's Criterium National Championship, she is now looking to put the Omnium National Championship on her palmares here today. Here's your field back. They're now shuffling the deck. The race will now become between Nadine Visser and Emily Gilbert to see who's going to be on the podium in that respective order. Because if Visser and Gilbert are up at the front of the field sprint, Gilbert puts herself into the position of getting onto the podium for the overall Omnium here. So Gilbert definitely needs to strategize her sprint well, because she could put herself into 3rd overall in this Omnium with good strategy. 2 to go, ladies, 2 to go. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. We're looking at a field sprint situation. CU Boulder all 3 wide across the front, I believe. So they're going to be looking to set up Nadine Visser. In another scenario, well, Gilbert has 66 points, so she's going to really so Visser would have to be at the back of that bunch in order for Gilbert to jump all the way into second. But what we need to understand is whether or not Gilbert will get enough points to get ahead of Duclos. Because as it stands again, Mundy is in position to win the Omnium. Visser is in position to be second overall. Duclos is your wild card. Does she drop to third or fourth, depending on the finishing order of Visser and Gilbert? It's a body count at this point. You have to understand how many riders are left in what is scored as the field, how many points are they being awarded, and what the maximum number of points that Duclos can be earned here in her valiant chase across the red. Here's your lead moto, ladies and gentlemen. This is your time to ring those cowbells and make some noise because your race leader is now coming out of turn number 6. Her name is Aria Mundy. She won the road race yesterday in similar fashion by time trialing away from the rest of the field. Aria Mundy, ladies and gentlemen, 1 lap to go for Mundy, your race leader. 1 to go, 1 to go. Here for Aria Mundy from CU Boulder, trying to get herself another national championship today. Solo off the front with nearly half a lap advantage over the chasing field. Mundy putting in significant time over the rest of the riders that she is racing with. And looking across the airfield, we're seeing some of the white shoulders of U of A, as well as the black kits of CU Boulder. Michigan's teamwork here by Molly Roberts is just simply to score as high as possible, right? She can't really help her teammate from the front. But let's reset a little bit. Look at Duclos, man. If she had 5 more laps, Duclos could probably make this catch, because Duclos has cut the disadvantage between herself and the field in half in the last 3 laps. But Duclos is going to run out of road to make the catch, because here comes her field out of 6. Duclos now entering in 5. She's 1 turn away, but we're at an airstrip, and those turns are really far apart. They're like a New York City block apart. So she's got to get herself up the front. So here we go. Looking at 1 lap to go. 1 to go. 1 to go. 1 lap to go. And it looks like Roberts from Michigan is going to try and get herself the best possible result she can here by accelerating away. But you see U Boulder now going to counter that move. It's U of A's turn to try and pay attention. Remember Gilbert, she sprinted well a number of times, but she's got to get herself, if she can win this field sprint, maybe put herself in certain scenarios onto that podium. It's going to be a big leap here. The math is not necessarily in her favor, but if she can do all the things, maybe she gets herself there. Here comes Duclos coming across. This is your Omnium leader right now, Duclos. Remember getting a flat with 5 laps to go. She was unable to get a free lap. And so Sarah Duclos of University of Michigan, even though she earned the lead in the Omnium after intermediate sprint points, she is at risk of losing that Omnium and perhaps falling to 3rd overall in the Omnium, based upon a few different scenarios of what could play out over the next few moments' time. Nevertheless, we've got a national champion coming out, turning up 6, ladies and gentlemen, from CU Boulder with that blue helmet, time trialing herself away from the rest of the field. Please welcome your 2-time national champion here this weekend in the blue helmet for CU Boulder. It is Aria Mundy! Mundy from CU Boulder claiming an individual Criterium National Championship on her own right by time trialing away from the rest of the field. Now we're going to look across the airfield at the rest of the field. CU Boulder countering these moves nicely. If that is Visser off the front, that could secure her 2nd place in the Omnium overall. Michigan with Molly Roberts is desperately trying to bring that back, because Visser needs to be put down as many places as possible for Omnium standings, just to try and give a slim chance for Duclos to stay where she is. But here we're going to see who's going to come around. Michigan trying to bring this back, but we got 1 rider from CU Boulder coming out of turn number 6. They check the shoulder 1 more time. This very well could be Nadine Visser, and she comes out of the final turn. Here comes the rush for the final kick. It's a long ways to go, still a few more pedal strokes. The legs are freezing up. Here we come out and around and to the line. We are looking at CU Boulder, and that will be Allison Crow coming across her second overall. And UVA maybe got them third in that intermediate sprint. Crow
Well, we had one crash.
down in ninth in the Omnium overall.
I don't know. Maybe. I think so.
Visser, I believe, got herself up there, potentially in the top 5. That should be enough point. Now here comes, the camera is rightfully focused on Duclos. It comes out of turn number 6. Let's give a warm welcome to Sarah Duclos in the yellow. She fought valiantly here. At one point, she put herself into the lead of the Omnium, and she's struggling to get herself to the finish line here. Those other two sprinting her, unfortunately robbing her of any potential points bonuses that she could have earned there. Those two riders that she was with at the bottom of the Omnium overall, so that's unfortunate. But Duclos, a very brave ride today. As Sarah Duclos put herself into the lead of the Omnium with intermediate sprint bonus points. At one point leading the Omnium by 12 points over Nadine Visser. And leading Mundy by 14 or 15 points. But with Mundy winning the race, getting 80 maximum points, and Duclos being forced to chase and finishing somewhere just around 20th. Duclos unable to hold the national championship. We're going to get some words here with Mundy as she comes back around in a few short minutes' time. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here today. This is day 3 of our USA Cycling National Championship event. It's our Collegiate National Championships here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Today we're here at Balloon Fiesta Park. Remember, we are live streaming today, both locally on Channel 27 Public Access, but also on the internet. You go to usacycling.org, you'll see a red banner at the top of the homepage. Tap on that banner, and you should be brought to a link that will show you where the live stream is. Please share that live stream link with all of your friends so that more people see these amazing athletes and all of their successes here today. My name is Gabe Lloyd, and I'll be calling the shots here and on the internet for the day. Thank you for joining us here for day number 3 of our USA Cycling Collegiate National Championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. More bike races to come. Next up on the schedule, it's our men's club race. Our men's club collegiate race coming up next.
That was a good race. Michigan was looking pretty strong. In the end, Boulder, Colorado. CU Boulder takes it.
We'll be looking for Aria Mundi to come on down to the start-finish line so you can get a little bit of time on the TV. So Aria Mundi, please come on down to the start-finish line. So give it, you got media obligations now that you're a national champion. Aria Mundi, please come on down to the start-finish line.
Thank you. No, seriously, I'm just so shocked.
For Aria Mundi, please come on down to the start-finish line.
Like 5 miles, and I'm like, oh my god. I think they told me about here.
Aria, come on over here. Aria.
That was hard. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Aria, right here.
Oh, they over there.
Oh.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
All right, we are here with our two-time national champion now, Aria Mundi from CU Boulder. Oh man, you were just telling me you're feeling a little tired, but are you also feeling elated? You now have won your second national championship in 2 days' time.
I am so excited. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Criterium is so exciting. So, oh my gosh, it's exhausting. It's really hard, but I feel so excited. So that was awesome.
So walk us through that race a little bit. It looks like there's a pretty sprint point that has big impact on what was occurring out there for the field dynamics. Is that true?
Absolutely, yeah. We have just amazing, strong ladies racing out here today. They came out to really take those times, those races, and doing incredible work. That was awesome. We had no idea how this race was going to play out. Obviously, a couple of time titles on the team, a couple of insane sprinters, so we were kind of playing the old CU and kind of see how things were going. And yeah, then just kind of use the time. We were one second by the time trial. So we were excited to see what happened and really happy to be able to hold it, but whew, it was spicy.
Yeah, bad. And there was a sort of the race within the race as well with your mom. Now, Sarah Piccolo, she was winning, and there was an immediate sprint. At one point, she got caught in a lead, had a review and review also. Were you aware of that? Did that affect your strategy at all?
I was, oh my gosh, Michigan has been riding amazing this weekend. Oh my goodness, I was right out of Michigan. So, but I knew we were kind of neck and neck at that point, so we were going into one of those times, and I knew maybe you could get it, so we tried to just see what really gets beat up. Let's just sprint to myself. But she had an incredible sprint, and we were so happy that she was able to get some of those times. She and maybe get some on her sprint, so that was awesome.
Yeah, very cool. Well, congratulations on your second Omnium. I believe you may be in a position of taking over the Omnium overall with points as well. So, a very successful weekend for you, Aria Mundi. Congratulations. For CU Boulder, let's hear it one more time for your latest national champion here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Aria Mundi, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We have more bike racing action coming your way with our men's collegiate club race coming up next at 10:30. We're going to be doing our call-ups here in just about 2 minutes' time. So this is your final call to staging for our club men. Final call to staging for our club men.
That was a fun race. That was a great way to win a national championship. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's okay. I'll find it up on YouTube. That works. Honestly, whatever's easiest. Whatever is easiest.
Are you the camera guy?
No,
The race?
no, those. It's all those guys over there.
Oh, okay.
I'm live streaming on my own
Oh. Nice.
to Twitch and YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
You do that all day or what?
Well, I do IRL streaming normally, riding all around here.
Yeah.
So and I'm a bike racer, so I just come down here and do this today.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So I usually run 2 cams. I got a HDMI switcher here, 3 modems in front here.
Yeah.
So I just send it out to the internet.
Wow, man. How long you been doing that?
Since 2020 pandemic, it just seems like.
Just live stream your life?
Well, yeah, kind of. I try not to get too in depth, So I do like usually my home gym workouts, Zwift, riding. I travel for business a lot, so I usually live stream those, or
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But I got the e-bike, and so it's made kind of, because before when I did it, I used to jump in the Tuesday night bike races with a backpack.
Yeah.
And have a GoPro mounted in front, and I live stream being in the bike race.
Yeah.
But I can't really race anymore now, so I got the e-bike and just kind of turned it into a studio almost. So.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. It's like a whole operation you got going on.
Air Force Academy, University of Arizona, UNC Chapel Hill, Dartmouth, University of Virginia, Arizona State University, University of Michigan Ann Arbor, Texas A&M, U.S. Naval Academy, MIT, Cal Poly, University of Virginia, IU Bloomington, Colorado State University, University of Colorado, Sea Running, Stanford University, Arizona State, U of A, Texas A&M, MIT, Cal Poly, CU Boulder, University of Arizona, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Dartmouth College, U.S. Naval Academy, Texas A&M, Cal Poly, CU Boulder, IU Bloomington, Purdue Cycling, Dartmouth College, Northern Arizona, CU Boulder, Purdue Cycling, UC Davis, Clemson, UVM, UMD, Georgetown, San Jose State, Phoenix University, West Point, Clarkson University, Tufts University, UVM, Grand Canyon University, University of Wisconsin-Platteville, Arizona State University, U.S. Naval Academy, Hamilton College, Dartmouth College, University of Chicago, UCA Cycling, Colorado College, West Point, UMD, Club Cycling, Clemson University, USCD Cycling, Purdue Cycling, University of Texas El Paso, CU Denver, UVM, UC Davis, Cal Cycling, University of Oregon, UMD, West Point, UVM, UMD, UVM, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Urge you guys put yourselves in checks and balances in your final ball for any swan or assistance here to make sure that all of your riders have water.
Probably don't want to race with that. You good?
Yes, but you have enough. You have no water bottles. Keep trying to make your recovery terrible. You got Grant Carter, you got 2 water. How many water bottles you got, Grant? Yeah. 3 water bottles for Grant Carter. That really knows how to hydrate. Alright. Final call for water. Final call for support. There we go. You're welcome. Your local venue after this race. You're not being completely today. Any final needs by the riders? With that, I think I'll hand off to USA Cycling for some of their pre-race announcements. You listen to what they have to say. You listen for when the 3-lap rule ends. It actually changed the national championship for the women just in front of you. 3-lap rule is important. You listen for that and any other information you may be about to hear.
Thank you, and welcome to the 2024 Collegiate Road Race National Championships. This is Thursday. This is the men's club race. We're racing for 80 minutes. You do have 2 pits. You have a pit up here on your rider right. That is the neutral and team pit, and then there's a pit on the back side. Free laps end with 5 to go. If you are in this front pit and the lap cards are showing 5 to go, we'll try this again. If you're in the pit, this front pit, and the lap cards are showing 5 to go, you need to be getting out in the race at that point. If not, you will be chasing. Do not cut through the festival if you do have a mechanical or crash. Please make your way around the course direction and report to the pits. The lap counter is up here on your right. You'll start seeing laps count down at 10 to go. As a reminder, you do have 4 points premiums in this race. Listen for the bell. And if riders are out of contention, you may be pulled at my discretion. I will do my best to give you 1 to go, so that way if you are in a small group, you can sprint it out. But other than that, you'll be on your own. Good luck, be safe, have fun, and we've got a few minutes to kill here.
Alright, you guys, if you get all that, there will be a test, a written test afterwards, and on the 2021 for a written test as well. This is Collegiate National Championship. This is National Championship. Alright, that's my copy, Jeff. Alright, thanks, Alright. Take a look at the course you've done in the last of the course yet. Excellent. Looks like left turn to the right turn. Take on there and down. There's a straightaway as well. 1, 2, or 6 of them are in the middle. Just for good day, so Alberto Studio in Mexico will be our host here today at the Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico. As well. Big thanks for joining us here at the Holy Fiesta Park here in Mexico. We're being broadcast on Channel 27 today. Thank you guys for broadcasting us and putting us on the live stream as well. Gentlemen, we got about 5 minutes. Gentlemen, so we're starting right there. This is his first day of racing for us. He started off with an individual time trial. On Friday, yesterday, Saturday, we did a road race. We're on Heartbreak Hill a few times, just for good measure. That race was very challenging, but we have the legs recovering. Couple of efforts here today in our Criterium. It turns out no real win for you guys though. We have some very blustery winter forecast for today. So
Water on the course.
as of now, we are very still conditions. Our women's club collegiate event. So the sun and the conditions here really affect the nature of how things will occur. In the race, counterattack and attack. Remember, you will have omnium points on the lines that are being made principally forward into the sprint throughout. And the omnium will be affected. As we saw in our women's club event, Sarah Duclos of the University of Michigan actually moved herself into the lead of the omnium. Let's use a lap between the 5 laps to go rule. She was unable to retain her lead. That's why we do it after coming into about 2.5 minutes.
Podium is can happen. I felt like Lisa, almost all of the best moves I've ever had, I felt like dog shit, and I just kept pedaling, and that was it. Sometimes feeling worse, but forcing yourself through it, better.
Today, you're defending national champion. Working for Colorado State University.
I don't know how we got 4 guys in
Protect the player of the keyboard.
I know.
Looking at challenge, they won the road race yesterday and Anthony Hilldon.
Should have made ice.
In a similar situation to what we saw in our women's race. Actually, some of the payoffs in a like fashion. 90 seconds, gentlemen. 90 seconds. Remember, you as the lighting official will start you with a whistle. You're not going to be doing a countdown or anything in the lights.
They have me on TV, but I'm like worried I'm going to be like too
When I hear the whistle, I will reinforce the race footage. You reinforce the official to give you the all clear.
Well, no, on the website.
60 seconds, gentlemen. 1 minute to go until we are racing here today. Fast and left forward. At the Balloon Fiesta Park out here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is our third and final stage of the Collegiate Circling National Championships. An individual Criterium Championship will be awarded at the end of today, as well as Omnium National Championships for those individual and team.
They started
In about 30 seconds, gentlemen, until you are going to be racing. We'd love to have fun if this is your final collegiate race with us this year. Thank you for being part of our family. We hope that you have a great, successful day out there on the track. 15 seconds, gentlemen. If you're here watching these guys, now's your time to make some noise and cheer them on. They can hear you and they do appreciate it. Just under 5 seconds to go. Please listen for the whistle. At the lead, the park, grade number 3 of our Collegiate National Championships for Collegiate. This is your men's club race for a national championship on the line. Men's club now on course for their national championship here at Balloon Fiesta Park. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Gabe Lloyd. We're calling the action here today up on stage and also being broadcast live over the internet via Channel 27. Thank you guys for broadcasting and helping us out here today. If you want to tune into the live stream or share it with your friends, please do so at usacycling.org. usacycling.org has all the updates that you need. They will also have the live stream and a link to that live stream. Please share that live stream with all of your friends who could not join us here today in Albuquerque. I have Omnium and individual updates for you for our Collegiate Club Women. Collegiate Club Women updates forthcoming. Your top 5 for the All-American competition. In 5th from CU Boulder with 126 points, Allison Crow. In 4th for CU Boulder with 132 points, Tegan Brown. In 3rd for the All-American competition with 139 points, Emily Gilbert. In 2nd overall for the American competition from CU Boulder with 163 points, Aria Mundi. And winning the All-American competition for your Women's Collegiate Club with 166 points from CU Boulder, Nadine Visser.
That is a big group.
Your Team Omnium for Women's Club with 186 points, MIT in 5th. In 4th with 289, Colorado State University. In 3rd with 296 points, University of Arizona. With 300 points, UVM Cycling. And with 384, CU Boulder. Those are your points coming into the men's criterium only. So more points will be added after the men's criterium. After the women's criterium, CU Boulder leads by 84 points. UVM is in 2nd. University of Arizona in 3rd. Colorado State in 4th. And MIT in 5th after the women's crit. The individual Omnium for Women's Club. In 5th with 118 for CU Boulder, Allison Crow. In 4th with 124 points, Zoe Van Winkle. In 3rd with 132 points, Sarah Duclos, holding on to 3rd overall. With 148 points from CU Boulder, Nadine Visser, and claiming the individual Omnium this weekend with 163 points, Aria Mundi. Those are your women's club updates and the team Omnium updates after the women's club criteria. All of those results are online, so you can also check our raceresult.com link if you go to the tech guide or to simply to the page on USA Cycling's website for today's event. Go to usacycling.org, go to the national events, then go to past events to get to today's race, and then you can find the standings link there. Hello. Maybe. Heligoth? You think he's gonna hear it? Yay, Madonna request coming in. For Anthony Heligoth, your winner of yesterday's road race. Currently on course right now, you have your men's club collegiate group. Nick Carter, your defending champion, is in this race. They're about 3 laps in current field situation altogether. You got a number of attacks off the front right now. The wind is starting to lift a little bit, which is starting to indicate a few factors, which means that it is going to be a headwind sprint. Headwind sprint, which will shorten the length of the sprint, which means that sprints probably won't start until they have made the turn out of 6. But the build into those sprints will, of course, be before that. That means right now where they are, they're coming into turn 5. That is a straight headwind, but when they make the right-hand turn, it is a crosswind, a straight crosswind, which will make the lead in to 6 very challenging, which could mean that any separations or accelerations that occur into 5 could actually stand a chance of making it. However, when you make this right-hand turn into turn 6, the block headwind that they are about to face could stifle any heavy legs. So we'll see how this plays out, and of course if the wind starts to increase as it is forecast to do throughout this race, see if it affects anything. Right now, Dartmouth and UVM are off the front. Those messages are evidence, but they are negligible at this point in time. Got plenty of bike racing to go. With one rider having a little bit of a struggle here. Some of these conditions, the criterium is interesting. You do need to be able to carry speed through turns in order to stay competitive in these races. Sometimes it's a skill set that can be hard for some to learn. Headwind now has now changed to crosswind. Looking at the flags down there, it looks like a potential cross headwind. So it's a cross headwind right now. That makes individual riders out there much more vulnerable to the wind conditions. And you can see that those 2 leaders that came through have already been absorbed, and new riders have now put themselves into the front of the race. Now they make the right-hand turn at turn 2. Now they have a pretty much a straight tailwind, if not cross tailwind. So they go along the bleachers over there, and they'll enter turn number 3. So all together making that right-hand turn onto 3. They'll be facing a cross tailwind. Now they make the the left-hand turn at turn 4. Now it's a cross tail or even straight tailwind, pushing them into 5. And you can see the elasticity of this field starting to be evident, where the front of the field is much further ahead than the back of the field, because now we have a tailwind section, which means as soon as the rider turns on turn 4, they're immediately presented with that advantage of having that tailwind scenario. They get that advantage sooner than the riders who are still in the cross tail section for that. Now we turn onto 5, we have a cross head, and then they'll make the turn onto 6, and it's going to be about a headwind situation, if not block headwind. You see just how wide the field gets here. That's because they turn that corner into immediate headwind, block headwind situation, and the field goes about 15 wide. So tailwind, we're single file. Headwind, we're fence to fence. You will continue to see these onesies, twosies for a little while, but we're still early in the race. There's very little likelihood of any of these onesies, twosies surviving. So we got a flat tire here on this rider. Maybe just flat legs, we'll see. It looks like flat legs it is. Only about 10 minutes in, just a refresh if you just joined us. This race is by time. We're on a show here. This is an 80-minute event. 80-minute event. Which means that for the first, we're actually not going to post laps until 10 to go. So until we get to 10 to go, all the officials are doing math to understand how long each lap is taking. And that'll allow them to calculate when to post the 10 lap to go marker. 10 laps is when you'll start to see counts come up. They'll put up 10 laps to go once they understand how much time it will take the riders to complete those 10 laps. Field now single file as they make that left-hand turn out of 4 into 5. You have one rider off the front. The advantage is not very big though, so as we come into the block headwind, we may see that advantage neutralized. And again, we're still so early into this 80-minute competition. We still have an hour and 10 minutes to go. The riders now coming into 6. You can see that bunch occurring, right? Big bunching occurring into 6. And now you got that block headwind, and the bunch will go fence to fence here. There's one solo UVM rider trying to make haste. That's 323. The Evan Coleman for UVM cycling. We're starting to see a few more riders suffer from the pace being set at the front.
Hell yeah. These guys are
As it stands right now, the peloton effect is very advantageous for anybody tucked into the middle of the field because you're just sort of being pulled along. You really don't have to work very hard at all in the middle of the field. You really have to put the most pressure on the pedals when you're in these tailwind sections just to make sure you protect your placing line. But when you have headwind up front, everybody else in front of you is taking all the brunt force of that wind, allowing you just to sort of coast along a bit, recover, eat, drink, eat, and then be prepared for some of the tailwind sections where you actually do have to put a little bit of pressure on the pedals just to protect your position. Sometimes the shuffle effect that will occur in those headwind situations can be stressful for some riders, and sometimes they lose position in the middle of the bunch. But some experienced riders will be able to maintain their place despite the ebb and flow of the race overall. Riders turning on to 3 and about to get to 4.
All right, y'all, I think I'm going to go to a different corner to get some photos, but we got a preem coming up, so...
Evan Coleman continuing on with his efforts. These solo efforts out here, or even a breakaway effort today, is going to be very challenging with this wind. Because as you turn and get these block headwind situations, the effort required by a smaller group is much higher than the bunch overall due to that aerodynamic effect as I was just describing, any rider tucked into the middle of the field is preserving a lot of energy right now. With over an hour left in the race, name of the game is preservation. If you don't like your sprint opportunities, your chance of a sprint, start to do these breakaways, sort of a flyer to see if you can get anything going here. But Coleman off the front by himself, putting in maximum effort. This is Devin Coleman of UVM, coming to us all the way from Burlington, Vermont. If you're in the field and you have some team tactics, this is a situation where you just let this guy hang. Just let him out to dry. You count a little bit, so you watch him go through the turn. You go 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6. He's got a 6-second advantage, and that's fine. Let Evan hang out there. Let 2, 3 guys jump across to it. All you do is you keep it at 5. They will die 1,000 deaths 1,000,000 times over trying to increase that advantage, and you just let them hang out there to dry. You're protecting your sprinter in the field. You're just managing your own effort, riding tempo behind. And you have many more guys to share the workload with, especially if you have a team, whereas that breakaway is absolutely slaying themselves, trying to rotate furiously, trying to increase their advantage. But as long as the field keeps it at 5, absolutely no pressure on that field, and they are just destroying the day of the breakaway. Coleman, it's going to appear as if his advantage is going to grow because he's in the tailwind section. So the count at turn 5 is probably going to balloon out to about 8. It doesn't actually mean his advantage is increased, because that advantage will come right back down in the blockhead wind. Again, the name of the game for CU Boulder and Colorado State, just keep it in check. Now, if we're talking 20 minutes left in the race, whole conversation changes. We're talking a full hour left of racing. This is about hang out to dry. Hang out to dry, let these dudes kill themselves. Coleman, 3 valiant laps right now. He's just begging somebody to try to bridge across to him at this point. And there you go, you got back down to 5. Now this is a little silly. You don't really want to drag the whole field up to him. There's no need to panic right now. There's absolutely no need for CU Boulder to do this. At 0. There's no need for this. You had one guy out there for 3 laps by himself. You think he's going to stick it? I don't think so. And there you go. CU Boulder just burned a match 20 minutes into the race. And that sets up perfectly a counterattack for a group to go. That was really... Who's CU Boulder's coach? Yeah. Listen to the Call Up podcast. You learn something. All right, well, Coleman's now getting a break, thankfully for him. He's going to get a chance to recover a bit. You're going to see a attack, counterattack sort of situation occur here. We have another solo rider off the front right now. Field behind is going to look like it's going fast because of this tailwind. Looking at the flags here in the funnel cake truck though. Wind has died down a smidge. So you can see actually that's evident in the field where the gaps aren't quite as big as they were. The acoustic Celtic stage over there, they're shredding right now. It's like Jimmy Page on the bagpipes. One solo rider. It's a new guy. It's not Evan Coleman from UVM. Evan Coleman's tucked into the field recovering right now. Big gaps opening up there for some reason at the field. Not sure why. You guys are tucked in for 20 minutes. This is Maryland. Nice. Represent East Coast, baby. And CU Boulder and Colorado State and UC Denver are responding to this. Apparently they think Maryland is dangerous enough that they're willing to do some work right now. Got one rider coming in from the pit. This feels a little bit more strung out than I would have expected at this point in time. About 20 minutes in. Maryland ringing some warning bells for this field here. We were right up on the stage here, so I didn't quite catch the number as he went by. Any of you guys know who Maryland is? No, not yet? Alright. Did you get the number? I couldn't see it, right at the fence. Alright. Well, racing for University of Maryland College Park, you got Gavin Blair, Benjamin Burnett, Vishrab Murray, Andrew Frommer, and Landon Thomas, and Landon Thomas. So we'll see which one of them one's attacking the front of this field. See, it looks like they now have a breakaway companion. That's kind of interesting with both CU Boulders and Colorado State putting in a massive pull through the start and finish line. And then that group didn't actually finish the job and get themselves there. A little bit of reshuffle there though. So the crosshead wind section between 1 and 2 seems to actually be impacting this race quite a lot. That crosshead wind between turns 1 and 2 out there, it seems to be playing into the advantage of the aggression at the front of the field so far today. Now the wind is lifting again. Sort of, we had this respite of wind for 2 laps. Now we're back at the wind. We got 2 riders away.
Finally got pulled.
3 in chase and then field. Field's a little bit further back than we'd expect at this point, but your gaps are still about 5.
No, we got about. Looks like we got a 3-man break.
We got 2
2-man
riders
break.
though coming up through.
2-man break. Nice.
Some numbers here. Got it, thank you. This will be Gavin Blair from Maryland. This chase of 3 was neutralized by just an even steady tempo there in CU Boulder. Gavin Blair is your University
A lot of guys shaking their heads like, no way.
Your other rider is Satchel Kim of Georgetown. So Satchel Kim and Gavin Blair are your 2 breakaway riders. Just around 5 seconds.
Dimitri sending me a raid already.
Let's call it 8.
Welcome everyone to the raid, to the stream.
A little bigger than
We are here at the 2024 National Collegiate Championships.
But it's interesting that
This
the
is
field is
men's,
allowing this to get that much time
club.
right
This is men's club. Who was that? I couldn't hear it.
We're 12 seconds. 12-second gap.
We're hanging out here at the start line right now.
12-second gap right now. Let's see if this wind is affecting that at all. I would think that the
we got a long race today. This is 80 minutes.
When they turn out of 2 towards
so I might
3,
get moving around a little bit, go check out a couple of other corners. But ultimately, I don't want to lose this spot for the finish because
from 4 to 5 is straight tail. That's going to
pile up here like really
they
quick.
Can carry more speed through the turns than the rest of the bunch. Advantage is ballooning a smidge.
That's good. Good. How you doing? Yeah, good.
Let's see where we're at with our tailwind gap. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7. Let's call it 8. About 8 seconds. So the gap
see
is
how fast
fluctuating
these
quite a
boys are
lot. We
moving.
went from 12 to 7 or 8 within the span of 2 turns.
I think there's a
this breakaway is very much being established.
2-man breakaway, but
for Gavin Blair is actually putting.
They got a large gap
Satchel
between
Kim
them, so they don't seem to be working
from
very
Georgetown
well.
University is a bit of a hurt there. She's not really working super well. Big head drops there by Kim. Kim's looking around. that could be fine for these guys. Kim, it looks like he's on a Kelly Benefit Strategies bike. So he's part of a really good trade team, but he is unable to actually pull through with Blair. And CU Boulder just keeping this in check. I think there's CU Boulder and Colorado State would want to keep the field together.
Oh man, that's a big gap right there.
25 minutes in.
Those
still
boys are
super
getting
early.
dropped for sure.
Under an hour, but you have 55 minutes of racing left.
This guy shaking his head, no way.
And with these wind conditions, the break will go. There's going to be attrition. Like, you know that from the straight. So if you can control it as long as it's possible, that'll play in their favor. This is Colorado State's race to lose, and they're the defending national champions here. Actually back to 10 seconds. Fluctuations.
Wow, so
in this
clutch.
gap.
That's who it was. I could see the name
Very
now.
normal this early in the
How's
contest.
it going, everyone?
And it looks like Dr. Kim has been dropped.
Out here on the e-bike today, I do have 2 cameras going, but I only have one showing right now. This other camera doesn't really have that great of a view, but
So
let me
big changes
switch to it
taking place here.
momentarily.
Overall, let's go see. We'll see what happens. Actually, I might stand corrected. It does look like the Kelly Benefit Strategies bike out there, which would indicate such a pin.
Doesn't have near the view that the other one does.
Staying away.
I don't want to mess around with unmounting it and remounting it.
Kim was a rider that was unable to.
Actually, it's not
unwilling to
that
hold
bad of a
the
view, is
main
it?
Situation instead of unable. Whereas Gavin Blair was trying to flick through. Wind is definitely picking up for us here today. So wind will contribute toward the outcome of our race. Our field all back together, another counterattack to the start finish line. The field all together right now. A few riders unable to maintain the pace at the front.
Yeah.
Let's see if they want to continue on or if they're going to go straight to the Celtic Party.
A lot of boys dropping out.
Speaking of the Celtic Party, the Celtic Festival has asked that any riders who want to come into the Celtic Festival just walk your way in there. Please do not ride your bike through the Celtic Festival. You're welcome to go into the Celtic Festival, buy me a funnel cake, and deliver me a funnel cake at the start-finish line. But also only walk around when you're inside the Celtic Festival. Current race situation, you got 2 riders away. We are 28, let's call it 29 minutes into this race. It's an 80-minute total race. There, give or take. You will see 10 laps to go at some point. Right now we are still on time.
Whoa.
30 minutes in to an 80-minute contest, so we're about 50 minutes left of bike racing. 2 riders now separating themselves from the field. 1 chasing, and then the rest of the field behind. Your leader is behind the motorcycle. Motorcycle coming out of turn number 6. Is this Coleman again? My goodness. Evan Coleman off the front one more time. He is now joined by 361, and bridging across is going to be Gavin Blair. So Blair clearly has some good legs today. He's trying to force it, but so is Evan Coleman. And this is Coleman's second time separated from the rest of the field. Max Abner from Clemson University is the rider who's joined Coleman. So Evan Coleman and Max Abner, your two riders away. This is Coleman's second time off the front of the race. He did 3 laps solo before. Now this time he has Abner with him. And trying to bridge across is Gavin Blair of University of Maryland College Park. Blair has good legs today. He was also off the front earlier with a Georgetown rider. If you can link Blair with Coleman, you would then have two riders who have clearly demonstrated that they've got some good legs here today, now working together. Strength is going to be a factor in today. Sometimes you got criteriums that were tactical savvy outweighs strength. Today is a strength game. You know, out here on the airfield, there's no real elevation change. There's no real place to hide. You can actually see the entire bike race the entire time. We now have 3 connected. Coleman, Abner, and Blair now together. Field should respond a little bit. This looks like Colorado State is trying to respond to this. Interestingly enough, the acceleration by Colorado State at the front is shredding the group. So we may be seeing the attrition taking place about 32 minutes in to our 90-minute race. Coleman, Blair, Abner, all together right now. Defending national champion Carter doing most of the work right now. Try to bring that back. Carter on the front there, on the back straight. Going through turns 4, 5, and 6. Taking a look around, trying to see who else was going to be willing to work with him. Nathan Cusack was in that group willing to work. You see a green felt bike out there with head wheel. That's going to be part of the Kelly Benefit Strategies trade team. And interestingly enough, a lot of these boys are in this race today. They race for a trade team outside of college, but on collegiate days, they wear their school jersey. It's sort of it's this interesting dynamic where you have their teammates in some races and then there are not teammates in other races. And it's interesting to understand at what point are they sort of helping each other but then not helping each other in different iterations of what's happening. Right now though, we're still so early in this race that we're really still trying to just establish the front. Looks like you're going to see a big increases in speed here that will most likely just bring back this move. It looks like Coleman is no longer part of the breakaway. Coleman no longer part of the break. That leaves Blair and Abner. But the gap to them is now only about 3 seconds. So they're about to get caught here by what looks like to be left of the field. Field size is now down to about half of what we started with. Here comes some riders from start finish. They are sprinting for their final places on the day. About 34.5 minutes in, and we're going to start to see our lead coming through turn number 6, all back together now. And what is left of the field, you still have a few groups off the back. So strength, Going to play into this. The work there by Colorado State University at the front. Your road race winner yesterday, the CU Boulder. At the head of that. Goss on the front there. Just keeping everybody in check. He's also on a Kelly Benefit Strategies bike. Feels about, again, half of what we started with of 78 or so. A lot of accelerations and decelerations have taken place when you start to get into this point of the race. The counterattacks that occur here have a little bit more potential, but you're still, oh man, you're still 45 minutes from the finish. Still a very long way to go for a move. A lot of times when we talk about bike races, we break them into thirds. First third of the race, you are just sort of establishing. You're also just trying to get rid of people that maybe you do not want to be around you in the bike race. Second third of the race, a little bit of maintenance, but it's also the time where riders who maybe think they need to separate themselves from the field sprinters take this opportunity to try and establish a breakaway. If in this second third of the race a breakaway becomes successful, and by that we define that as 3 or more laps away from the field with a gap that's at least 5 seconds or more. If the breakaway can establish and become successful, then in the final third of the race, the game becomes making sure that the field understands what their tactics are. Are they still trying to keep the brake dangling out there to fatigue them and then reel them in the final 10? Or does the brake need to work harder earlier to make sure that that brake doesn't get too much of a leash too soon? When brakes start to get beyond 10 seconds on courses like this, they very quickly can get out of control. So the field needs to sort of be doing this count, doing this math. And they also need to understand who's in that move. You're still in the second third of this race right now. CU Boulder, CSU, and UC Denver put themselves in the mix. UC Denver put themselves on the individual time trial podium the other day. That's Henry Dunkelberger. These boys have a lot of work to do, though, to get themselves into a position of comfort. They're going to have to work the entire time today, from now until the finish, if they want to preserve this break. And at this point in time, it's about establishing the move, which is a full commitment. Nobody can skip a pole. Nobody can do a short on and off. Everybody needs to share the load equally, especially now as the wind lifts. The commitment,
a lot of head shaking in there,
be paramount to their success.
There's just that certain point where you just got to give up, you know, just.
If this gap gets beyond 10,
and they're going to get pulled. This is not one of those races where you can actually
right now
finish. The official's going to pull you, and then
wherever
they pull you, that's your place.
They're trying to figure out their rotation and understand if they have a chance of success. They have an 8-second advantage over 2 chasers, and then a 10-second advantage to 11-second advantage over the field. This is right at the threshold of acceptance for the field, right? Once we get beyond 10 for the field is at the disadvantage with this win. Especially with an individual time trial podium finisher in the mix, with Dunkelberger there. Clearly you've got power. Let's see what we got. We got Dunkelberger for sure. We're going to get the IDs of all 3 of these guys. Looking at our 3 leaders now coming through. They have over 10 seconds on the field. They've got 2 chasers behind. And there's your Preem bell. Preem on the next lap, gentlemen. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap. 2 chasers. And now the field. Preem on the next lap, gentlemen. Preem on the next lap. 4 points for 4 places for Omnium. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap. Omnium points up for grabs. 7, 5, 3, and 1 awarded at the finish line. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap.
All right. Let's do that audio. Okay.
Your break of 3 now exiting turn number 4. They have straight tailwind, playing to their advantage, and the field's only entering turn 3. So your break of 3, they're going to be looking for Omnium points here. Luke Levitt. I think it's Simon Abramsey. Is that right? And then Henry Dunkelberger are your 3 leaders right now. Luke Levitt of Colorado State University. Now Omnium points are on the line. Omnium points on the line. First Preem of this race. First Preem up for grabs, 7, 5, 3, and 1. We'll see if these guys even care about the Preem or not. They may not care about it. That's going to be Luke. Wow, Luke Mather is out there. Luke is a very strong rider.
Crashing that torn.
This field is shredding. A lot of speed, a lot of power coming out of here. These guys are ringing the alarm bells because they know that Mather, Levitt, and Dunkelberger are off the front. Levitt, Mather, Dunkelberger are your 3 leaders right now. Each of them also collecting Omnium points that may only affect Dunkelberger since he was on the podium for ITT and road race. I don't know that for sure. We got 1 to go timing here to make sure all that stuff is accurate. Field's really coming apart here. You're establishing sort of this group at the front of the bunch, and then about a 2-second gap to the field that's actually going to turn into 3. You're going to end up seeing effectively a chase that at some point will probably become the field if this maintains. And your breakaway has now become 2. So Levitt has dropped off of the break. Levitt from Colorado State University has dropped out of the break. And that leaves just 2 riders. That's going to be Luke Mather from CU Boulder and Henry Dunkelberger from CU Denver.
Man, that guy's
The 2 CU
elbows tore
programs,
up.
One's in Boulder, one's in Denver. Working together right now. Denver has the lighter colored jersey. CU Boulder with the darker color jersey.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like about
There are your
8,
leaders as they come
8
through.
riders getting a free lap
Turn
at the
number
mechanical area
6.
that probably went down on the crash.
Field is regrouping, reorganizing, putting themselves together. The advantage to these two has dwindled a bit from the prior lap. Mather on the front right now with Dunkelberger right behind with that lighter color jersey. Now here comes the field. You can see them just about fence to fence right now. Trying to regroup a little bit. These guys can't let this get too out of hand. Steve Boulder is going to be the only program that has interest in allowing this to survive. Whereas Colorado State now needs to organize and get themselves in a position of chasing because they do not want to let that gap get beyond 10. It is just 2. We're coming into, we passed the halfway mark for this event. We're in the second half. Almost getting into the final third. If in this final third those two guys balloon the advantage like we saw Aria Mundy do in the club women's race, then the race would then start to swing towards the break surviving. The advantage is still for the field. You're at 46 minutes of racing of an 80-minute event. The field is betting that the legs of Mather and Dunkelberger are going to fatigue. With just two guys out here on a very windy day, it's going to be very hard for them to maintain this advantage. Let's count though the tailwind. Let's see what the advantage can become for your two leaders, Luke Mather and then Dunkelberger. And even by inaccurate hand counting, they're looking at over a 15-second advantage right now. That could change with the headwind, but through tailwind, they're over 15 up on the field. So Colorado State really needs to put themselves into gear here and bring this back just a bit. That's sort of the balance. You don't need to panic. You don't need to do a sprint to bring it back, but you just want to keep it in check. With these two guys coming through, Mather and Dunkelberger, we're definitely trying to keep them at about 5. Smooth is better for the field here, and CU Boulder is going to be the one to try to disrupt the smoothness. So it's up to the other programs to try and override the interference of CU Boulder at the front. UVA, U of A, Arizona State, and Colorado State can sort of work together here to just try to keep a rotation going at the front. And as CU Boulder tries to put themselves into the front of the rotation, just ride right over the top of them. Don't allow them to control the speed at all, because if they're good, they're just going to start to soft pedal about 10 strokes into their pull at the front, and before you know it, the gap opens back up. Smooth is fast here for the field. The field needs to be a single unit of cohesion here. These big accelerations that we're seeing and these splits that we're seeing, basically infighting, is going to play advantage to the break. Every moment of infighting by the field, the response to an acceleration is going to be a deceleration. That upsy-downsy is going to fatigue the field more so than the steady state of the breakaway. Mather and Dunkelberger now extend their advantage. They are a full 15 away from the field. Remember, time trial podium, and Luke Mather very strong on his own right, having done very well in a number of races in his own day. Field working together right now. They do not have to necessarily seal it quickly, but they just need to get it in check. And they need to continue to be smooth. You can see Hilligoss, third wheel there in the field. He's racing for CU Boulder. He's somebody that could disrupt the flow of the chase, trying to allow Mather to get an advantage one more time. 50 minutes in. Luke Mather, Henry Dunkelberger off the front right now. Their advantage has come down a bit. And on the body language of Dunkelberger's indicating a bit of fatigue here. Jim is dropping a bit. And now see Colorado State. See this conversation here. Not good. This is a advantage back to the break. This is a good place to maybe have a discussion because you have headwind as their other teammate out there. So the headwind is stifling the speed of the breakaway. So this is where you could do a little bit of discussion with other teams to reorganize, but at a certain point, you got to recommit. And even though you can bring it back at certain points, you can bring it back to within 6 to 7. When you let it balloon back out to 10, that's 3 more seconds you got to make up for again. You're just hurting yourself every time you just continue to allow the breakaway to be steady state. Now I will say the body language of the break is not Thomas Gibbons at Athens level, so you may end up with a little bit of fatigue starting to set in with the 2 breakaway riders, Luke Mather and Henry Dunkelberger. Nevertheless, with CU Boulder controlling the field right now, advantage is still breakaway. Field looks like they're motivated one more time. We'll see if it's different jerseys that are showing this intention or not.
Mania said cruising without you, Angel.
But as we start to
Did Sawyer join you? Sawyer was playing last night.
Of our day. This is crunch time. Breakaway has established itself and has now survived its way for a number of laps. They probably needed like 2 more guys to really make it a surefire thing and really making it to the finish. But they've at least put the pressure on the field. Now you see the field here accelerating one more time, not staying smooth. Sort of pulled a little bit of a group of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 away. It's going to force the field to chase that. Here you got 2 leaders. There's your Preem bell. Preem on the next lap, gentlemen. Preem on the next lap. Omnium points up for grabs. Omnium Preem points up for grabs. Dunkelberger and Luke Mather off the front. Preem on the next lap, gentlemen. Preem on the next lap. Colorado State University at the front. CU Boulder right behind. Preem on the next lap, gentlemen. Preem on the next lap. Preem on the next lap. 7, 5, 3, and 1 Omnium points available for the top 4 riders across the line.
When this is done, Rad, I'll be heading home. I'm not going to stick around for the second half, the varsity. I would love to, but it's just too long of a day.
As far as Omnium is concerned, neither of your 2 leaders mathematically have a shot at jumping themselves in over Hilligos for the Omnium lead. And with that, your advantage. So what's occurred here in the last half lap is that group of 10 that peeled itself away from the field seems to have organized with enough horsepower and motivation that they got close enough to the 2 leaders that one of them is trying to bridge solo across to the 2 leaders. You have 2 leaders, 1 chase, a group of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1 between, and then the field. Really what you're seeing is a detonation based on strength right now. So the strong rider's percolating to the top, and that must mean we are in the final third of this bike race. We'll be seeing how Mather and Dunkelberger go, and Mather now dispatches of Dunkelberger. Luke Mather for CU Boulder. He's going to collect 7 maximum points, but in doing so, he has gotten rid of Dunkelberger. So your breakaway is now neutralized. Mather with 7, Dunkelberger with 5. Who goes for 3? It's going to be Pullman for 3, and then 1 single point there for Philagoff, in fact. The Philagoff, your Omnium leader, collects 1 more point for his Omnium overall. He's preserving himself up in the leads, and Anthony Philagoff now extends his advantage in the Omnium overall after that last intermediate sprint. Final third of the race, your breakaway now just down to Mather, and at this point Mather's either going to commit or he's going to readjust himself. I don't really know what the strategy was for CU Boulder, whether they're going to try to get Hillegos just as high up in the results overall as possible, or if they're just sort of letting the bike race shake out as it occurs. The difference is one has intention, where they're trying to do it for one specific rider based upon GC, versus the other where they sort of allow the race to dictate and then they make that day of race call in the field. And then 10 laps to go right now. In fact, 10 laps to go. So we've now converted from time to laps. We've been racing for 56 and a half minutes, but we are now at 10 laps to go. Mather holding on to his advantage, much in the same way that Aria Mundi held on to her advantage at a point in the race when I was saying that she would have a very hard time sustaining the advantage to the finish line. Of course, she proved me wrong, which is great. One of the best things a bike racer can do is prove the guy watching the bike race wrong, because I'm not actually in the bike race. So we have a similar situation here for CU Boulder for Luke Mather. Mather out of the saddle right now for a long time, just like completely out of the saddle, trying to eke every amount of speed out of this bike that he can. Perhaps indicating that his lower back is hurting him a bit. But as he comes around, he's trying to look nice and steady. He's nice and aero on the bike, trying to get on the hooks there, dropping the elbows. The elbows are even with the wrist. Nice, good aero form. Coming through with 9 laps to go. 9 laps remaining here. 9 to go for Luke Mather. Now this is the work that CSU has to do. This is proper. This is exactly what they need to be doing here. CSU keeping this in check. Not the time when they need to bring it back. In fact, Mather, if they can keep him at 5 or 4, Mather actually becomes part of their lead-out strategy. Because they're doing just enough that CU Boulder isn't going to interfere with them, but not so much that CU Boulder is going to try to bridge across or outright disrupt their flow. But CSU needs to stay in control. They've got to be the ones to maintain their composure at the front, ride that tempo, keep that count in check for as long as they can. Mather is a rider that could push to the finish if the games continue. It's definitely not surefire bet though. Any concerted effort from this field
Time
could
for
very
lunch.
easily bring
You got 9 laps to
Mather's
go and his
advantage
race is
down to
over.
0 in the span of a few turns. However, if there's confusion, if there's a misunderstanding of leadership in the field, Mather could very well ride this to the end. Plenty of bike races to go though. 9 laps to go. That's still a tremendous amount of pedal strokes between here and the finish line. This wind though certainly is increased in ferocity and intensity over the past few laps. And as this wind starts to lift, it'll change the dynamic that the field has become accustomed to. But this is good. What we're seeing from the field right now, steady, even, hanging Mather up to dry. Mather out of the saddle, showing that he's got fatigue. Mather now coming out of 6. We're coming up on 1 full hour of racing, 20 minutes to go about. Maybe less than that actually, since we're looking at 8 laps to go. At 8 laps to go, 1 hour of racing. Mather riding steady as he can right now with 8 laps to go, gentlemen. 8 laps remaining. CSU on the front one more time. The CU Boulder right there. Now the reason you would also allow Mather to continue on is because you also run a counter-attack danger of making the catch this late. Mather's caught right now. CU Boulder could counter that with any one of their strong riders. And perhaps put CSU back on the chase after having done the chase. It looks like somebody else is going to be motivated. That's a white top that could be U of A, perhaps, out there. Trying to bring this back. And Mather is now caught. Mather is caught. He has been caught by somebody. This is the time to look for counterattacks. If a counterattack happens right now with 4 to 8 riders, that group could make it to the finish if there's cohesion. There has to be absolute commitment from that group, though. Absolute commitment. That's going to be a full 3 to 6 minute effort, which is about 2 laps here. Or 1 to 2 laps, let's call it, just go for full 6 minutes of effort of any counterattack if they want it to be a breakaway this late in the game. Otherwise, what we're looking at is going to be control and order at the front of the field to simply set up the sprinters for the final kick to the line. Field is single file right now, coming out of turn number 4 as they enter into 5. All single file, no real gaps to speak of in this group. And they've now made the right turn out of 5 towards 6. A little bit of bunching, and there's your counterattack up the right-hand side of the road. Does anyone follow? Maybe 1, maybe 2, but there's enough of them. The field will be right there, so there's no real gap to speak of. Coming around the outside, though, and turn 6. Looks like somebody's motivated to keep going here. 7 laps to go. Let's see if this means anything here for anybody. As we are seeing, it's like Illagos. Anthony Illagos, number 314, hitting out harder. With nobody to follow. So this is how Illagos won yesterday. He countered a lot of herky-jerky surgy stuff that was occurring in the men's road race. Men's road race, or actually, for these guys in the club race, he came across by himself after a whole lot of effort. A lot of counterattacks in the new. Illagos now carrying that confidence into this move right now. So your winner of yesterday's road race in the club field, now leading the Criterium with a strong counterattack coming into turn number 6 with 7 laps to go. What's tricky about this is that Illagos is carrying an enormous amount of confidence. So he's got that little bit of energy in the legs, but he's also got seemingly the best team in the field because they've repeatedly demonstrated that they're able to control the field throughout the day. CSU did a nice job bringing back Mather, but there's only been 1 or 2 of them at the front the whole time, whereas CSU CU Boulder, has proven time and time again that they've been very attentive throughout the front of this race, and Illagos now extending an advantage of about 10 seconds over the field. Illagos now looking very smooth, very motivated, nice, good posture on the bike, low elbows even with the wrist. Nice flat back as he moves himself towards. Now here's a counterattack from the field behind. Field knows it's late. You're in the final quarter of this race at this point in time. And these guys really, rider down in turn number 5, just full send into 5 there. Perhaps a little bit of loose sand with these windy, blustery conditions. debris can get blown into
Just saw that on the
the
screen.
field, but also with these aero wheels, with that tailwind pushing these guys, when he makes that right-hand turn, there's a little bit of crosswind that comes through, and if you're not quite prepared for it, perhaps you end up on the ground there. Hopefully that rider will be okay, but not also what that did is it disrupted the chase. Anthony Hilligoss now coming through here. Hilligoss, elbows down, nice and even, 6 laps to go, 6 laps remaining. And now 5-2-1 from Michigan. Getting out there. That's Drew Cummins from University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. So Cummins. Drew Cummins and Anthony Hilligoss. Hilligoss, your national champion yesterday. Can he repeat like his classmate Aria Mundy did? Aria Mundy, also of CU Boulder, winning the national championship yesterday in the road race. Today, winning the national championship in the Criterium. Hilligoss, winning the road race yesterday. He is currently the physical leader of this Criterium. He's also leading the Omnium. So he could be putting 2 jerseys on his back in one day if he can win this Criterium national championship. It's a critical time in the race. There is time for the field to bring Hilligoss back, but it has to be done sooner rather than later. CSU or any other team, they need to make that commitment at this point in time. They cannot allow CU Boulder to disrupt that chase, or else they will be at a disadvantage. Let's see Maryland right now doing a big effort as well. We saw earlier in today's race Gavin Blair having a good turn in the front for a while. Perhaps this is Mr. Blair one more time coming to the front. CSU is sort of losing a bit of control of this though. They're not at the front right now. Hilligoss, CU Boulder, coming out of this turn right now. He is determined he has to commit. 5 laps to go right now. 5 laps remaining for Hilligoss and this entire race. Now you got 3 chasers behind. Cummins, potentially Blair. But Hilligoss just needs to commit, needs to stay steady. And you're looking at UCB, that's going to be 5:04.
Field is taking a break.
5:04 is going to be Andrew Popple. Popple for UCB there. Now leading the chase with Blair there.
Breakaway's moving fast and the field is moving slow.
With 5 laps to go, the
They
pit
got
is now
5
closed.
laps to reel him in now.
gentlemen. The pit is now closed. No more free laps for this race now that we are at 5 laps to go. Hilligoss out in the cross headwind section right now. Cross headwind for Hilligoss. 3 chasers behind, making ground on him. Hilligoss makes the right-hand turn into 2. He now has a bit of tailwind along the bleachers, but the 3 riders are only 3 seconds behind him. This group may become 4 very shortly here. Hilligoss into 3. Your chase into 3. Your field now losing time to this group of 4. Field is losing time to this group. They are organized though, they are single file. They are trying to get organized and bring this thing back. And you now have a group of 4 at the front of this race. They must commit to this. If they want to survive for 5 laps, this is their only time to get there. If they play any games at all right now, their chances of success are very low. Not impossible, but very low. They've got to commit, they've got to rotate, they've got to work together. Nobody skips pulls, everybody's fully committed to this if they want to survive. Hilligoss fully wants to do that. He would love to get a second national championship. but any one of these other 3 guys would also love a national championship here today in Albuquerque. Now it's CSU's race behind. They've got to do the chase. They've got to bring this back right now. 4 laps to go. CSU is running out of time. 4 laps to go, gentlemen. 4 men away. Your national champion, Hillegoff, is in this group. Blair is there, Bubbles there, and 3:11 is Simon Abramsey. So CU Boulder now with 2 in this move, with Abramsey and Hillegoff. CSU must chase now. 4 laps to go. 4 laps remaining. 4 laps to go. Fence to fence right now for the field. They do have time, I will concede that point, but not so much time that they can let that break get beyond 10. If that break gets beyond 10 seconds, the effort put necessary to bring that back and sprint from the field would be enormous. And if CSU is the one doing all that chase, it's going to put Carter at a big disadvantage here. Interestingly enough, Carter was floating at the back of the bunch last time through, perhaps trying to save any amount of energy he can just in case this bunch comes back together. Breakaway. Now entering turn number 3. Field entering 2. Breakaway needs to put in this effort. It's a 6-minute effort. That's especially challenging for Hillegoff. He's been out on his own this whole time, but he is contributing at the front. You're looking at about 8 seconds right now for the field. 8 seconds. 8 seconds for this group. This will ebb and flow a little bit. This will ebb and flow, but 8 seconds is the last count. The field is coming apart. The chase at the front of this field is tearing it apart at the front. That's not necessarily good for the break, but it's also not necessarily good for Nick Carter, who was at the back of the bunch the last time through the start-finish line. But let's see what happens when they get a little bit closer. We'll see what occurs in the race dynamic. Now these guys are going to be coming in at turn number 6, your breakaway of 4. You have Anthony Hillegoff, Simon Abramsey. I believe you have Blair and Andrew Popple from UC Davis. Gavin Blair is in that move. Blair is chatting with Abramsey here. And look at this. CSU not able to chase right now with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. And CSU unable to organize. Coleman is trying to use him right there. Coleman knows he needs to get this thing going. It looks like this breakaway may stand a chance. We get to 2 laps to go. And this gap stays at 8+. Advantage breakaway, no doubt. Within that, you've got Hillegoff. But you also have Blair, who's shown that last time through, chatting a little bit, trying to understand race dynamic, but that comfort reveals fitness. That could mean that he could be one to watch in this sprint as well. Any of you guys have any picks from the 4? Blair, Gavin's number 1. Andrew Papel votes, all right. Anybody think Hillegoff can outsprint them? All right, well, the crowd has spoken. Hillegoff's disadvantage if it comes down to a sprint. We'll see what occurs here, though. Big pushes here. Blair on the front, I believe, with that red jersey. Blair on the front, pushing the pace right now. These guys need to get themselves to 2 to go with an 8+ second advantage. 4 seconds a lap, that's a lot. It's not impossible, right? Anything can happen in this, right? But we will just try to quickly understand race dynamic here. We're not seeing steady state. We're not seeing consistency from the field. The ebb and flow that's occurring from the field plays advantage to the 4. The 4 need to come through here 8+. If they can do it, they can start to look. But they cannot let up the pressure here. Group of 4. Trying to rotate here. Let's see what happens. We're going to start to count when we get to 6. Let's start counting right now. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8, 9, 10. Let's call it 10 seconds, gentlemen. 10 seconds right now. 10 seconds. 2 CU boulders are in here. 2 CU boulders are in this move. And here comes Nick Carter doing his own work right now, trying to get his national championship if he can. This is crunch time. 2 laps to go, gentlemen. 2 laps remaining. Nick Carter do his own work right now to bring back 10 seconds on this breakaway. That's 5 seconds a lap plus a sprint ahead. This is not just a catch. It has got to be a catch and pass. So you're effectively talking about an 11-second margin. You don't have to win by much. You only have to win by a tire. But they've got to at least make that catch. CSU trying what they can right now. Your breakaway of 4 with 2 CU boulder riders with Simon Abramsey and Anthony Hilligoff. Yesterday's road race national champion Gavin Blair also in this, as well as Andrew Papal from UC Davis. California, Maryland, and Colorado all together in this 4-man break. If they can get themselves now to 1 to go with this advantage, this is their race. Will they get there? It looks like they will. The advantage is ballooned out to the breakaway. The field is unable to catch it. They're even on the course. Where'd they go? They're in now well over 10 seconds. The field is no longer a factor. You are looking at a race win coming out of this breakaway. Breakaway advantage right now. Can Hilligoss go 2 for 2 on 2 days of racing bunch start races? Or will Papal or Blair bring a national championship to one of those 2 schools? You guys are here, cheer them on. Let's hear some noise because we are coming in to 1 lap to go of bike racing here today. 1 lap remaining, gentlemen. 1 lap to go. Come on, Albuquerque, make some noise for me, please. This is a national title on the line. 1 lap remaining. Hilligoss on the front. 1 lap to go here today for a national championship on the line. The breakaway will be vying for this national championship. The field is too far behind to contest for the jersey. As we're looking at our breakaway now, we're going to call this out. 1 lap to go for the field. 1 lap to go, gentlemen. 1 lap remaining. Over 10 seconds to the breakaway. Over 10 seconds to the breakaway at this time. Your breakaway now rotating. Will anybody attack late? This wind is going to play a big factor crosshead right now. It's very challenging to deal with these conditions. Are we going to see any little bit of echelon? Will we see any little bit of hesitation? Remember, CU Boulder has 2 in the mix. Abramsey and Hilligoss. Can CU Boulder come good? Because with strength in numbers, it becomes their race to try and control. CU Boulder currently at the back. That's a good place to be. Gavin Blair on the front right now trying to lead this out. There's enough time that he can sit back and recover, but he's got to be very cautious about these next few moments. Andrew Papal now second wheel with both CU riders at the back. Hilligoss pulled through the start-finish line. This is very savvy tactics there by that young man. As he came through here, that gave him the opportunity to peek on the back without consequence. Let's see what happens in order of operations. Blair on the front, Papal second wheel, Hilligoss third wheel, and you've got Ramsey fourth wheel. Now we're playing games. We're looking at each other. Blair trying to drift to the back, trying to disappear just a little bit, just to catch his breath. Make that gear selection. Now into the second to last turn. Do we see any accelerations? There is a big push there by Hilligoss. He is now on the front. Is he working for Abramsey? As we come into turn number 6, we're going to be seeing a national championship come up onto the line. Hilligoss is leading this out. He's on the front, but he's getting a gap. Can Hilligoss come across the finish line one more time in first position? Will he be able to hold it? Hilligoss is now committed. But here comes a sprint by Abramsey. Abramsey going for it. Abramsey out of the saddle, and Abramsey is your national champion here today in Albuquerque, New Mexico. CU Boulder winning both of the club criterium. Here today, just ahead of Gavin Blair, Hillegoss, and Andrew Papel. Here comes your field pick for the final place on the podium, and Cal Poly will be on the podium here today. That's Dylan Pollard of Cal Poly securing the 5th step of our podium here today. Brilliant lead out there by Hillegoss. The lead out of Ramsey. Blair tried, but he ran out of room. He drifted a little bit too far back, but there you see on the screen here at the start-finish line and on the live stream, Hillegoss and Ramsey celebrating and Blair congratulating them, Gavin Blair of University of Maryland. The CU Boulder boys will celebrate for a little bit. We'll try to get Ramsey here for a few words at the start-finish line.
All right, folks.
For those of you here
I'm heading
in
home now.
We're going to be running our awards presentation for both the club races and our club Omnium awards. I believe the podium is near the blue tent. Oh, there it is. It's on the it's inside the Celtic Festival. So across the course, come inside the Celtic Festival, you will see a podium out there in the fields. It is between turns 5 and 6. Between turns 5 and 6, in the field, the podium is currently set. We are going to run our podiums for our club racers. Ooh. This number needs a new kit.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the race. I'm not sticking around for varsity.
Simon Ramsey to the start-finish line for a little interview before we head to the podiums. We will do our awards around noon. We will take a little bit of a break for everybody here, but our collegiate varsity women's race will be on course at 12:30 p.m. Collegiate women's varsity race on course at 12:30 p.m. Call-ups. Earliest will be 12:15, perhaps we will run them at 12:20, depending on runner's show. If you're tuning into the live stream here, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us here. My name is Gabe Lloyd. Happy to be calling the shots here for today's national championship event here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you are in Albuquerque and watching this on channel 27 for today, please come on down and enjoy the festivities. We've got a Celtic festival here with a number of food trucks, as well as our national championship bike race. And then we'll have our varsity races tuning in later. If you're just watching on TV and you are somewhere else in America, you are welcome to tune back in at 12:30. We will have our varsity winners.
All right, YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and shut the YouTube down, leave the Twitch running. Just stop up here. Let's see here. There was a place to get through here, but okay, it's still there. All right, YouTube, I'm gonna stop right here and shut down the YouTube. At least I'll leave Twitch running. Bear with me just a sec while I log in and shut down YouTube. Let's see here. Alrighty. Can't see. Okay, here we go. YouTube, stop. Alright, see you, YouTube. I think I got it. Let me see. YouTube, stop, please.